Oh, sweetie, you're almost ready for your wedding. All you need is something new, something old, something blue, and something buried.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Buried Podcast, a podcast where we go into the internet jungle and bring back hidden gems of lore to the public seeing eye. I am Declan Grogan, and with me, as always, is Dylan Ward.
If you win a contest and get a medal and then lose that medal, did you ever win the contest?
Jimmy Brown.
I know nobody paid attention to what Dylan said right there.
And Liam Mann.
I'm the real Jimmy Brown. Don't listen to a word that imposter says.
Who do I believe?
Oh, man.
I have a gun.
Don't worry, we can get our indentured servant to cut out the parts that we messed up on.
Our Italian butler Vespucci. Jimmy, I swear to God, I'll swear to God, I'll edit you out of existence.
Oh, no.
Guys,
Well, actually, that means I can say anything.
Guys, I'm a little worried about Vespucci. He keeps coming in here and breathing down my neck. Oh, hey, Vespucci, hey. No, I'm good. No, I don't need, no caviar. No caviar. It's okay. We need to talk about him.
Yeah. What does he got, like...
Okay, I'm gonna say...
Has he got, like, 7 more years on the contract? Is that it?
Yeah, why did we sign him for a decade contract?
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. He keeps wanting to give me a shave with a shave. Oh, Vespucci! No, I don't need a shave right now. No, you can put the razor away. I don't need the shave. Guys, I'm getting really worried. I think he's gonna try to kill me.
God, he has the hairiest chest I've ever seen. Like, can he just, like, shave himself?
I know. Why does he wants to shave everyone, but he won't shave himself?
It's like a forest bramble. Sometimes I just get lost in there.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I get the whole thing, like, a haircut person can't cut. Oh, Vespucci! Oh, hey, no, I'm good on silverware. You've already brought me, like, 10 plates, and I'm not eating anything. No, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
you can
really,
leave now.
It's okay.
What is it with Vespucci and plates?
We need to get him a hobby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like what? What do butlers do for fun?
They start throwing plates like frisbees. So that he would be really, really good at frisbee golf. Or whatever frisbee sports there are.
We'll get him really into frisbee golf.
Guys, what do you think the best, like, frisbee-based sport would be? I think it would probably be fishing.
That would actually be very impressive if you could spin a frisbee in the water so it scoops up a fish.
And then you cook it on the frisbee.
You know, like flying fish. Like, you hit them out of the sky when they, like, come out of the water.
Oh, shit. That would be badass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. Maybe, like...
Yeah, all right.
So how many... So we got all our topics today. Who wants to go first?
I'll go second.
All right, I'll go first, I guess.
I'll go third.
And I'm last.
Wow,
all right.
We order. All right, go ahead.
So I did some thinking about the name of this podcast, and I thought, well, I've been going for some of the macabre kind of stuff anyway, and so I found this website called Findagrave.com.
Oh, boy.
Now,
Here we go.
Wow.
So this is a website where you put in the birth and death date, or at least approximately, of a database of 170 million people who are in a graveyard, and you can find where they're buried. Nudge, nudge.
Oh shit.
Jimmy, you're out of the podcast.
So I've tested it out with some, like, dead famous people, as well as some of, like, my relatives, like grandparents and stuff. And it's interesting to see, like, what the grave looks like and its epitaphs.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, this is kind of interesting to just troll around on its own, but the site has this subsection called Interesting Epitaphs that houses some, like, cool stuff. If you go on the site, it's findagrave.com again, just so you know. No spaces.
That is findagrave.com.
Yeah. With a www.
Hey, sir, are you looking for a grave? Can you not find one? Well, come on down to findagrave.com. That's findagrave.com.
All right, so the first one you'll see there, this is just an example, is the epitaph of Glenna June Anderson, who wrote on her grave, "I was ... That's an ellipses for you intellectuals.
Oh, fuck.
Somebody.
Oh,
so
fuck.
I was somebody. Yeah. So she died in, I don't know, I forget, but I didn't write it down.
Wow. Nice.
And she was like, "Oh, nobody will ever remember me," but now she's immortalized in the podcast. That's fun. But get pranked.
This is like the movie Coco, but now she could never die because people keep listening to her podcast, and she's just like, "Please let me pass on." It's like, no, you were
No. ...
somebody.
No, don't. No.
Oh my God.
The point of Coco is that you're not supposed to pass on. Passing.
Oh
on is
yeah.
bad.
Oh well, no. Then I'm
yeah.
thinking of a different one with the same
Yeah, but like the point of that movie is you come over to wherever the place that you're being remembered at, and she could only come to like our 4 houses.
Okay. Like,
She has no idea
Grandma
who we are.
Nomando.
She's on my old friend.
And she's like,
Oh, no.
she's like, please stop inviting me to your home.
Just
I
keep
don't know
talking about
you.
her, like,
Grandma. I'm not your grandma. Grandma.
So, after, trolling around through the epitaph section, I wrote down some of my favorites. Here are some of them. I Told You I Was Sick, with William H. Hand Jr. My Brother Was Good at Pissing People Off, from Cecile O'Deeds. Something I really liked was I'm Filling My Last Cavity, which was Dr.
Oh.
John Denby, who died in
Oh,
1927. And he was, a dentist.
oh
Oh,
my gosh.
And then his son,
Ew.
who died in 1964, was buried like right next to him or something. And so he wrote on the gravestone, "Me too,"
Me too, thanks.
because he was also a dentist.
Well,
All right.
he's just profiting off his dad's comedy.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
true, I guess.
Okay. Guys, here's the question. Do you think,
Yeah.
when do you think it will
Here's the
happen?
question.
Or do you think it has already happened that someone will put a meme on there as their epitaph?
it's gotta have happened.
Oh.
Like, wait. When you say meme, do you mean like top text, bottom text, like rage comic?
Like
meme?
someone says, like, "It's Wednesday, my dudes," on his gravestone.
Dude, somebody's gonna put like a hyperlink somewhere on their gravestone. Mine is gonna leave to findagrave.com.
HTTPS. Yeah, dude, my gravestone is gonna be https://graveberry.com because we now have a website. Go check out the Berry
we
Podcast
have a website. We bought it. We own space. I don't know about you, but I love owning property on the internet. Property.
Property.
I was gonna say for my grave my headstone, I'm gonna get follow link for hot naked Megan Fox pic, and then it's like www.google.com/trollface or something.
www.youtube.com/rickroll.
And then you're like, what? I was expecting a hot naked pic of Megan Fox. This isn't what I wanted.
That's like, to me, that's got to be the pinnacle of comedy. Is people saying that this link goes to somewhere when it very clearly goes to somewhere else.
When it has a preview of the image that's gonna come up.
That is ideal comedy in my opinion.
Highest form.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like me. I didn't think I will never die, and it's like the Pikachu face. Like it's just gotta be. You gotta have it tied into death. You know, like.
Oh,
just
guys,
like a-
that's a dead meme.
Shut up, dude. I actually really liked that format for a while.
What?
Yeah, it was good.
I enjoyed
Or
it.
like, what about like a cursed image as your gravestone?
Like one of those really like tier 10 memes, like like Will Smith won't stop eating soybeans in my bed.
Yeah.
Like a very, very deep fried meme.
There was this gravestone epitaph that was like claimed by the Beast 666. So that's pretty cursed.
I'm more upset of like you doing a deep fried meme and the guy who has to chisel it onto your gravestone.
Right.
Like all the wavy ass.
I'm
lines.
feeling
All the other ghosts are making fun of you.
I'm feeling the death of one of those ancient monks that would get their bodies mummified in like a statue. I'm saying on my gravestone I'll just be T-posing with my dead body inside of this statue.
Dude, or like back in the future when we have video gravestones.
Video
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have like, there's no way I'm gonna die with like, I had it all together.
Okay, no.
Oh,
You understand. You
and then
understand
it's just
what
like,
you just brought up, Liam. I'm getting my body mummified, turning it into an animatronic, and then I'm going to be doing Fortnite dances the entire time on top of my grave.
Eternally hitting the orange justice.
There was something I was thinking of the other day where like imagine it was like what do you call those big houses that people like are buried in?
Mausoleum.
Oh, mausoleum.
Mausoleums.
Yeah, mausoleum. Imagine having a mausoleum with a window in it. And it's like your skeleton or whatever, or your body or whatever. But it's rigged, but your body is rigged to move every 5 years. And so like every once in a while somebody peeks in and it's moved a little bit.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's
Right?
so good. All right. Where's Vespucci?
Okay.
I need to rewrite my will.
Or just like
Vespucci!
no. Ready,
Get
my
to engineering.
Vespucci.
But
Or
like mausoleums, that's just like their casket is in there, not they're just bodies just laying in there.
Hey, not if you specify.
Just a big pile of bodies inside this mausoleum.
It's like they're all set up to be like a family picture. Like I love like it's all the bodies just chilling.
Just the skeletons.
Or like no. When I'm gonna have a mausoleum, except it's gonna be a giant cuckoo clock. So like every day at noon, my body is like paraded around. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime. Yeah.
You're like rotting, so like limbs are falling off. It's like horrific.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime.
The battery runs out. Hello, my baby.
Grandpa.
Like a letter that hasn't, like one of those like weird voice recorder letters that haven't been opened in a while, and it just goes.
Your grandkids are there, like putting flowers down. It's like, he was such a brave man. Then the clock strikes, and you just come out and start dancing.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my bro.
The spring comes out somewhere.
And they're like, don't turn away, Grandpa.
Turn away. Why did he want this? All right.
You know what? I'm gonna have
right.
the door to my mausoleum be openable, and there's gonna be a really old ass bucket of water on the door thing. It'll
Just
have
still
my head
pranking.
in it.
Still
My
pranking after you're dead.
mausoleum's gonna be like the Home Alone house. It's just like rigged with booby traps.
It's like paint buckets, like when you open it up.
Except the last booby trap is just like my corpse just falls on you. It's like ah!
Ah! At least it wasn't a spider. Oh no!
That's
Graveyard,
horrid.
they're everywhere. All right.
I can't wait. Now I can't wait to die.
Just for
Can that be the name of this podcast?
Like, it's a wonderful life. I'm worth more dead than I am alive at this point.
That would be a
All right.
perfect name for
All right,
this
it's my turn?
episode.
Yes, let's hear it.
Hey,
All
it's
right.
me. All right, this specific topic is actually only for gamers. So non-gamers, turn off the podcast right now.
You heard him. I'll get you. I'll stick
All right, I'm
Vespucci on
gonna
you.
leave the call. Okay.
All right, you heard of Fortnite? Well, look out. Have you ever said to yourself, "Man, I want to play a multiplayer online game, but I don't have the money or the technology to run such a space-age technology"? Well, look no further. There's a browser-based MMO referred to as Kingdom of Loathing. It's been in operation since February 10th, 2003. And let me just tell you a little bit about Kingdom of Loathing. So when you first start the game, there are 6 different classes to play from. You got the Seal Clubber, the Turtle Tamer, the Pastamancer, the Sorcerer. You got the Disco Bandit, and finally you got your Accordion Thief. So already we got
The classic archetypes.
pretty diverse cast of characters. Now,
Good start.
Now, I'm on the page right now. I actually just created an account because I used to play it a long time ago, but I just rediscovered it. And so right now there are currently 596 players logged in. So that's pretty massive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And on the about page, you can fight such monsters as a lecherous lich, a cunning knobgoblin accountant, disgusting nacho golems, and dangerous breakdancers. And you can earn such loot as a Ouija squeegee, a samurai turtle, an attention deficit demon, and a lime.
You're just saying stuff. I feel like
No,
you're just
this is
saying
literally
things.
on. No, but and the Kingdom of Loathing economy is meat based. So every time you kill a monster in a dungeon, you'll get a small amount of meat to spend on upgrades and different kinds of loot.
Can you eat the meat?
I love an economy based on a currency that can expire.
yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm rich right now, but I
smart is
might
what
not
it
be
But
in a month.
it's very simple. It's literally just like it's basically just like you just point. It's like a menu. It's like a menu based RPG, but it's probably one of the funniest.
Yeah.
It's,
Is it one of those RPGs where like you take turns to attack and stuff?
Yeah, I think that's more so just because it's browser based. So like, there's no action. It's just like you find wait, ready? I'm going to go into a dungeon right now. The first thing, I ran into a drunken half orc hobo. So I'm going to steal his accordion, and I received a beer battered accordion, and now I'm going to attack him.
You're an accordion thief.
What? Yes, I am an accordion thief. I'm a level 5 accordion thief. My name
This
is
kind of
Dolph
reminds me
Lundgren
of
Zero.
A game I used to play called Adventure Quest.
I'm
guys
familiar.
Oh
I'm familiar.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know Adventure Quest. So this is like Adventure Quest, except imagine Adventure Quest, but like less, but more minimalist. Literally, I don't think you understand. I feel like I'm not doing enough justice. It's literally like every character's a stick figure. They're all stick figures. It's like crudely all the art is like crudely drawn like MS Paint art.
This is part of the Loathing. This is like the Loathing game series.
This is Kingdom of Loathing. This is the OG. I believe this is the OG.
Yeah. I've seen like games like that are spin-offs of this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the OG. And actually, right now it's there's an event going on. It's referred to as it's Crimbo, Merry Crimbo.
That's my favorite
Every
holiday.
year there's a Crimbo special event.
Okay.
Right now I have I forgot to open my Crimbo advent calendar. Ooh, I got a traditional Crimbo cookie.
Hey guys, can you hear me again?
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Welcome.
I don't know what happened.
This podcast is full of technical errors. Jimmy disconnected because of a Wi-Fi error, and my mic disconnected, so I was talking to myself for a good 3 minutes there.
I was talking to myself. Don't worry, Vespucci will line it up so it's all good.
Vespucci's just flickering the lights on and off. Keep going.
But yeah, right now let me just fill you in. Right now my character's pretty decked out. I'm wearing a maiden wig, a frilly skirt, dirty hobo gloves, and a ring of half-assed regeneration. So I mean, come on, that's pretty good.
Can we take
Is there like a
quick
ring
moment?
of whole ass regeneration?
Yeah, I believe one can only imagine.
Yeah. Can
But-
you all pause for a second?
Yes.
I keep hearing a duck in the background. Is that part
Okay.
of the game?
Yes.
What-
Sorry, that's my phone. My phone's going off.
Oh, okay. I can just note that. I thought that might have been part of the game.
Rip.
All right. Continue.
Oh, I found it. But yeah, it's I honestly recommend because it takes like 30 seconds to. It literally takes 30 seconds to like get in and start doing stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like a browser-based MMO. You know what I mean? It's literally just you click and you go, oh hello, oh look at this. This is a new event. This is a barrel full of barrels.
Oh, I saw that on images.
Hey kids, how many times has this ever happened to you? Oh geez, I sure do love this multiplayer online game, but I wish it was meat-based currency and that everyone had an accordion. Well, here we are.
Does
Product
such
for
a
you.
game exist?
Okay. That's just like a fun, weird game. I love that every single, like you just read the list and none of it related to each other at all, of like all the different classes and...
It's fantastic. It's absolutely like it's literally just I think it's literally just one guy just making this game. His name is let's see. His name is Zach Jick Johnson.
Yeah.
Now,
I think this is a more traditional type of online game in that it has like traditional like fantasy classes and all that stuff. But you ever played Realm of the Mad God?
Yes, I have played Realm of the Mad God.
Yeah,
love
Realm of
Realm
the Mad God, yes.
I love Realm of the Mad God.
Yeah, that was a very fun game.
Dude, tune into our new channel, Buried Gaming.
Yeah, very gaming. We talk
our
about
second
browser-based flash games. Have you ever heard of Miniclip?
Oh, dude, actually, we should start a gaming channel where we just play like flash games.
Addicting games.
Guys, this is coolmathgames.com. It's Bozo Buckets.
Today we're
Bozo
playing Launch the
Buckets.
Cat.
I found
but
I
yeah.
found a Rubik's Cube simulator online. We're gonna play that today. What's your favorite color on the old 6-sided dice?
What's your favorite color on the color spectrum? Mine's imperceivable ultraviolet light.
You see, I'm more on the ultra red ones on the lower side. You know, I'm more of an X-ray. Call me a classic, but I'm more of the reds that you can't see.
I see. Or do I?
Do we have another topic?
Yes, yeah. So mine is about Clockman. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Clockman.
Oh, here
Yeah.
we go.
Isn't that
Clockman.
just Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast?
Boy, that's what I thought too, but it's not.
Not
Oh,
the
no.
kick line!
Wait, I do know
Okay.
this. I do know this.
Not
This
the
is, this is a
kick
weird
line.
one.
This is a
Oh.
weird one. So, like, I'm
Okay,
a big
fill
fan of
me in.
this. Before I begin, I want to give credit to Blame It on George. He's a YouTube channel that I used extensively for this topic because he does a great piece on it. So, like, fill in gaps that I'm not going to do justice. Go watch this video, The Search for Clockman.
Okay.
But like, so about 5 years ago, like, I don't know, sometime in 2012, this guy called Commander Santa came onto this forum called The Flood, and he said, I'm looking for a particular animated short that terrified me as a child. I've been looking on and off for it for nearly 4 years. Maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe nobody should ever find it, but if someone can, it's The Flood, this forum. And this is his description of it. The short animation was terrifying as a child. The scene is still burned into my mind 28 years later. It's of a young boy sleeping in his bed. Above his bed is a ticking clock. All the lights in the room are off, and it is very dark. Suddenly, the clock begins to slow down its ticking, and eventually it stops on midnight. When the clock stops, a greenish-bluish man climbs out of the clock. The boy wakes up just in time to see the man dressed in black and grab him out of bed and kidnap him by carrying him through a window. The clock man takes the boy on some kind of terrifying adventure and brings him back to his bed before sunrise.
Huh.
Yeah. First reading this, I'm a big fan of like the creepypasta stuff online, but like this was just kind of me being like, okay, someone's just doing like a horror story, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, it seems very fake. But for like everyone first called him out on it, but he was like, my memory's a little hazy of it. I was very sick when I watched it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like it seemed pretty fake. But then a lot of people were like, all right, well let's go find it. Like a lot of people were still wanting to go on the adventure. And it eventually spread to 4chan, and there were a few people who were like, oh
Sorry,
yeah,
4chan?
I remember. Yeah, 4chan.
Oh.
Did I say it wrong?
No, keep going.
Okay. It spread there, and everyone, like, there were a few people who were like, oh, I totally remember this short. And, like, they were all just spouting nonsense and everything else. But the one clue that they had to go on was a show from Nickelodeon called Pinwheel. And Pinwheel was a show that aired in the 1980s, and it was basically, like, Nickelodeon's response to Sesame Street. It was a lot of,
Okay.
like, puppets, and in between were animated shorts and different little bits. And the guy claimed that he remembers distinctly he saw the short on Pinwheel. So,
Okay.
the problem is, Pinwheel was in the 1980s. There are no records of any of the episodes that aired on it. And everything
Holy
else
shit.
that, like, yeah, so, like, there's no way you can find it. No one really knows, you couldn't get any of the CDs or records off it. So, like, after that, it's sort of a dead end for a long time until this guy named Michael W. Howell is found, and he posted way back in the day about Pinwheel a story he read that fit eerily the description of this guy's Clockman thing. And the story he describes goes like this. It's like, so, a girl receives a new pair of shoes from her mother, who cautions her not to lose them. The girl wanders off a ways to play, but upon planning to return home, she finds she can't find her shoes. After looking everywhere for them, she remembers there's a wizard nearby who might help her. The strange thing is we see the wizard...
Oh shit! Why don't I just go see the fucking wizard?
Missing your shoes. Oh, who would know? Oh, the wizard.
The wizard!
I feel like life would be so much easier if there was just like a local wizard who could just magic your problem.
That'd be
Oh
nice.
fuck! Where are my keys? Oh, I know. I'll go see the wizard.
Go see the wizard. Ah, jeez.
And then do you think the wizard
wait.
never gets fed up? He's like, oh, dude, I fucking studied the arcane arts for 80 years. I can literally kill a dragon with my wizard spells, and all people ask me to do is find their keys.
Fix their Wi-Fi.
Can you replace my shoes? And he goes, actually, that's the one thing I can't do. I fell asleep during the day that they taught us that wizard school.
I fell asleep on Wizard College on the day we learned shoe spells.
Shoemaking,
I know
cobbler,
no
cobbler
shoelace magic.
Shoemastery.
Cobbler magic.
That sounds like a class in Kingdom of Loathing.
It does.
Anyway, continue.
Okay. She remembers there's a wizard nearby who might help her. The strange thing is we see the wizard appearing and disappearing in trees and in various areas around the home. The girl asks the wizard for help, and he gives her replacement shoes, but tells her that she needs to tell her mother what happened. However, the girl goes home and doesn't. During the episode, a female narrator can be heard. I still remember her going, she felt that the wizard would forget their deal. The scene then changes back to the wizard's abode with him looking a little upset. The scene then cuts inside the girl's house where she's in bed with a pendulum clock near her bed as the narrator whispers in an eerie way, but the wizard did not forget. We then see 2 floors of the house with the wizard appearing and disappearing several times, first on the first floor, then on the second, then outside her door. She scaredly hides under the covers, and then the pendulum stops, and a window forms in the clock, out of which the wizard appears and takes her to his place, where he demands to know why she did not tell her mother the truth. The girl claims she was afraid of what the mother would say if she told her she lost her shoes. The wizard said something, and then the wizard said something, and there are buildings that turned into skyscrapers. My scant memory is that he said he used magic to make tall buildings, but don't quote me on that. He then is willing to forgive her if she knits stars to place in the sky. She does so, and he returns her home. The next day, she tells her mother what happened. Instead of her mother calling the police to arrest the wizard, the mother forgives her daughter, and all is well. And the wizard can be seen back in his abode watching them through a telescope.
If you can knit stars, why do you... What?
What?
Hey, the wizard's like, hey, can you knit some stars? Like, fine. I hate knitting stars.
So that, like, as you know, that description does not match Commander Santa's, right? Like, the guy from the beginning. And yet Commander Santa's like, yep, that's it. he goes like, this is it. Now we're going to find it. And then again, it dies out again. No one says anything until the guy who created Lost Wiki, a wiki that's dedicated to finding things, named Diekate, goes on like this rampant search for it. And he figures out that, like, he contacts some of the producers on Pinwheel, and they're like, that was during the first season. Barely anyone who worked on that season's, like, still around or wants to talk to you. But I can tell you that we got a lot of the clips from something called Co-Films, C-O-E Films. And this is what's strange to me. There used to be this large industry called C-O-E Films where people who didn't want to make their own, like, entertainment for a TV show would just buy clips from them and like show them on their channel, like show them on their whatever broadcasting network. And yet, while this
now you can just steal things for free on the internet.
Exactly.
What a world!
As I may be doing now. But what baffles me is that this thing was like a big producer, like everyone bought stuff from them, and yet there's no record of their existence online today. Like, strangely enough, something that was so big, something that was really big in the 1980s is just, like, non-existent online. He looked up COE Films and, like, all the people on it, and yet couldn't find anything. He contacted the girl who, like, the person who started it, and she was dead, and instead got, like, her daughter, and the daughter, like, couldn't help. So it was a dead end until...
Dude, that's fucky.
I know, it's weird to me that, like, something that was so recent is just, like, wiped from existence, even though it was, like, very big.
That's the thing, like especially like with like when you were going back, it was like Pinwheel. It's like because it was an obscure show and like nobody cared to record it. It's like it was so, you know what I mean? It's like something could literally just stop existing, like that was created 20 years ago, just because like no one cared enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it doesn't feel long ago, yet there are big parts of the 80s that are lost forever.
Just because no one bothered to record it, or
Exactly.
there was no option, there was no way to record it. And no one cared enough, so it literally might as well have not existed for all.
Deterioration of digital things is very real.
But anyway, continue.
Especially with hard drives and stuff.
Yeah. So then what happens is like that's all dead ends, and so they find it by this guy named Nitrate Nerd. The guy who does all the research does not find it. There's this guy named Nitrate Nerd who like is just looking up later like things online, and he goes to some big educational video database and looks up the wizard and finds a video on YouTube called like it was called Sally, and it was exactly the short that he was looking for. Like that's all he had to do. Yeah, like it was exactly it. Can we take a pause? Liam said he's out.
No, I just you guys haven't talked in a very long time, so I feel like you died.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I just mean Jimmy and Dylan are very quiet.
I'm a good listener.
Well,
I don't
sorry
wanna
for interrupting. Then I guess I'll just sit
edit it
quietly.
later. So yeah, they find
Just edit
this
the whole
on
podcast
YouTube.
out.
We'll just edit the whole podcast, delete it all. They find it on YouTube. It's
Add
called
CGI
Sally,
humor.
and
Okay.
the guy doesn't show it in his video, but he says it was a 1976 communist Czechoslovakian film that was like during like the end of the USSR and everything else, was somehow sold to
Yes.
America, ended up in COE Films like archive, and Pinwheel for whatever reason bought it and aired it during their first season for all of America to see.
It was the commies all along.
So like it's so bizarre to me that this film was able to travel continents, like literally countries and everything else to get here.
Yeah.
And start this whole internet search for it. And he doesn't show it, but I did watch the short, and it's not scary. It's weird. Like, imagine a Czechoslovakian old style film. Like, it's made of paper animation that everything's like very jerky in movement. And
Yeah.
the wizard looks terrifying. I will say that the wizard's got this crazy big black beard, weird like giant eyes and tiny pupils. And yet he's like a nice character. He like does all these great things, and like he's a very kind guy. And it's sort of touching at the very end. And I was watching it, and I'm like, that was a very relaxing thing to watch. And yet, like the visuals are just terrifying.
Yeah.
So I
So-
can see
feel that.
why a bedridden kid who's sick would like be scarred for life watching this, even though
It's like,
watching it now-
yeah, I like wizards.
But the reason I bring this up is because I want to know if like, because again, the guy's description I read second is almost like pinpoint accurate of what the film is. Like she does knit stars, like he comes out of the clock and everything else happens.
That's cool.
And yet it doesn't match up Commander Santa's thing. So I almost wonder if like it was.
Do you think there's
making, like he was making
Maybe
a
it's
creepypasta?
Maybe it's a cursed video. Maybe it changes
and
over time.
and it just so happened to be real.
It just so happened that it really lined up with something. Like
That's funny.
Oh, how
Or-
life
or it could
imitates
be-
art.
Or it could be that like he remembered it and it was close enough to his memory that he thought that was it, but really
Yeah.
there's actually another cartoon out there that's even closer to what he imagined.
oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't Clockman. That was just
That wasn't the
else.
real Clockman.
Well,
Yeah.
memory is very malleable, especially when you're a child.
I like that one. That was spooky.
Yeah, it was a cool story, and I suggest you watch it because it's not very freaky. It's just kind of like, well, this is so weird.
Yeah.
This sparked such a discussion like
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, do you want to do your topic?
Yeah. Well,
he talking?
if you enjoyed that creepy one, wait until you hear about this creepy one.
Let's hear it.
So,
Welcome to the Halloween podcast.
During Christmas.
for my topic, I found a YouTube channel called Potted Plant, and it only has 55 subscribers, so it is quite buried, but they're actively posting. So I found this channel about a week ago when we were planning on recording, and they only had 3 videos on the channel, and the first 2 are music videos that are kind of creepy, but also like kind of like good music videos. Like the music is actually kind of catchy and gets caught in your head. The second 2 are a little bit weirder. They're not as good, but I'm really thinking this is the start of an ARG that just has not been discovered yet.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Invest early.
Potted Plant is very buried. In order to find the channel, you have to like go on YouTube, search Potted Plant, and then do the just the channels option. And the logo for the channel is a picture of a potted plant where half of it is rainbow. And then it kind of looks like 80s vaporwave, sort of. It's hard to describe. It has a square around it where half of the square is gray, the other half is like the same rainbow effect that's on the other half of the plant. If you see it, you'll know what I mean. It's like a potted plant, but it's got rainbow and vaporwave effects on it. 55 subscribers as of today's the 21st of December, and only 4 videos on the channel. So now the first video was what I actually found, because it has 2.5 thousand views on it, and it starts off with a kid sleeping in his bed with very creepy music that's also very catchy. And then, like, a skeleton that's kind of small rises from the side of the bed with human eyes and looks at him. And I can't remember without... Actually, I have it right here. I can say exactly what he says. But it's like, come with me. and then the kid like doesn't want to go with the skeleton that just rose up from the side of his bed, and then like the realistic eyes go and pick up the kid and force him to come with like their hands. It's really weird.
What?
Yeah, so then they get into like this dude's car and they drive away to like some sort of it looks like the Jesus and the two dudes on both of his sides on the hill when they were both crucified, when all three were crucified. It's like a cult thing.
Oh yeah,
and then it like
Jesus, Ricky, and Timmy.
yeah, thank you. Somebody knows what I'm talking about.
He's like, hey Ricky, what's hey yo?
Hey Timmy, what'd you do to
Ricky's
get
like,
yourself up there?
Well, Ricky's like, hey, if you're the son of God, why don't you just get on down? And then Ricky's like, are you kidding me?
He said,
We're
come
real
on.
sinners. And then Jesus like, Ricky, you're gonna be with me in the kingdom.
Yeah.
So
He's like, hey yo, wait.
a little bit more. The video starts off in 2D, and then this next part is in 3D, like surreal entertainment kind of animation, where it's like the three dudes on the hill crucified, and then there's like a cult shit going down at the bottom where they're all like cheering.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So
And yet the music's still catchy.
the music is like actually like a bop. Like I don't know how else to say it.
Something I could really wag my finger to.
Yeah.
So this is like a Too Many Cooks kind of thing.
Almost. Too Many Cooks is definitely higher quality, but this is like surprisingly high quality for a channel that only has 55 subscribers, because the edits are very good. This video was, by the way, titled Potted Plant, Nothing Ever Works Out for Me in the End, if you're looking for it. So then the second one was Potted Plant, your request has been denied for security reasons. And again, it's like a high quality video, but the music is
I
also
don't like
a bop.
that title. That title makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very...
And it's got like glitchy
That's
stuff,
unsettling.
like the end is kind of creepy. It like shows like a computer desktop with a distorted image as the background. It's like a distorted video, and if you pause it, it kind of looks like a dude smiling at the camera, but just like super like shaded out. It's creepy. There's no other way to put it.
Okay.
And the first
This
two,
is weird.
Sounds very visual. I'll look it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
The first two were just music videos. The third one is also a music video, but I'm getting hints of a start of an ARG. And then the fourth one is literally ending with "The game begins now," like backwards and upside down, hidden in there.
Okay.
And then like crap, I forget.
They're all
what that,
music videos, though.
They're all music. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
Maybe it's
that
just
one,
David Lynch having some fun.
Yeah.
He's just going like, yay.
There's a Wingdings message in there that I didn't want to translate because I'm not gonna put in the effort to do that, but if anybody wants to, it's probably the start of an ARG. Who knows? Maybe there's $1 million prize at the end. Who knows?
This
Or maybe
okay, so
Sombra.
this is
Could
like
be.
the almost like, so like if weird music video, if like weird music is a spectrum, I feel like the Poops is on one end of the spectrum and this is on like the other. Because they're both
like,
in the same category of music. Like, how the fuck did you come up? Like, how did you even come up with this? But like, this is,
and I feel like this one, it's like on the other side of the spectrum where a lot of thought went into this, like this very strange, creepy song.
yes,
Yeah.
So this is like meaningless with effort. The Poops is like meaninglessness without effort.
Dylan, hey Dylan.
Can you imagine like putting like so much time into making a full ARG and just nobody ever really finding it?
Yeah,
that's kind of the
crazy.
thing. I feel like that's the risk of an ARG because it's hard. I feel like it's hard to make an AR like a popular. You know what I mean? I feel like the point of an ARG is the fact that it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't
it's
force an ARG.
It's a popular ARG is almost an
Hard to
oxymoron.
decipher.
It's almost an oxymoron.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
popular ARG.
Dylan, sitting in my big cat office, we what we stumbled upon here is the start of what will most certainly become a popular ARG, and I've got $10,000 I'm willing to invest. I think we get on the ground floor here. We got it.
Ground floor.
We're on the ground floor of this ARG. There's only 55 subscribers. I don't know how you found it. I don't know what you stumbled upon. But buddy boy, this is gonna be Bitcoin. All right, this is gonna be the biggest, newest thing. So
This is
we gotta
literally
make
Bitcoin.
So I'm
Hey,
telling
it's
you right
acronyms,
now,
man.
if there's-
That's perfect for business.
If there's one thing that Buried Podcast is about, it's profit. All right, and that's my motto, and we all thinking it. So how are we gonna invest in this? How are we gonna make money off this? Is my
Well, naturally, we have to start on the ground floor.
ground floor. Ground floor is always important.
I say we build a ground floor.
Let's all say ground floor a few more times. All right, everyone just
Ground.
say
We gotta get in on. We're in on the ground floor.
We're
On
in
the ground floor, guys.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the
Stairs.
Ground Floor Podcast.
Welcome back
We're
to the
starting
ground floor.
from the ground up.
We don't need escalators. We don't need stairs. We don't need elevators because we're on the ground floor, baby.
We're staying on the ground floor. We're not going anywhere. We're staying here on the ground floor.
There's nowhere to go but up.
But we're not going up. We're
Unless
staying
you
on
build
the
a
ground
basement.
floor.
We're staying on the ground floor.
It's important that we stay here. It's the ground floor.
We
It's
can't
important.
move from the ground floor. Ground
No,
floor is the
whatever.
only place it's safe.
I want everyone to start throwing out big business terms. I think that's going to help us out. Like
Synergy.
capital investment.
Hypotenuse.
Gains.
Skyscraper.
Buy low, sell high. And of course, ground floor.
Johnson,
resources.
take all my money and put it into eggs. Don't ask why, just do it.
Put it all in the eggs.
Now
Put
we're
it
going
all
back
on
to
the Easter Bunny.
the income that
Put it on the down.
expires.
Put it all in meat.
Put it all in me.
I would like to invest in meat, please. Excuse me, sir.
I'm telling you
heard
guys,
me.
meat coin is the new thing.
Meat coin.
Coin. It's like
Johnson, I
copyright
want
license.
14 cakes on my desk by tomorrow. It's your head.
It's your head.
I raise you 2 pastrami, Declan.
We're all.
I look at my meat coin and I say, "Well done, not rare."
What would you do
Liam-
if you were? What would you do if you were working for a company and the CEO himself calls you into his office and says to you, "Damn it, I want 14 cakes on my desk or you're fired."
I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna do it because that guy's thinking 5 moves ahead. I bet I get the cakes, and then that night they're like, "This just in, all cakes have been poisoned. There's a worldwide cake shortage. We don't know.
Oh,
Cakes have
fuck.
increased in value," and
my
he
God.
knew. He knew. I'd also be concerned if he poisoned the cakes, but he knew.
Just get a batch of cupcakes. Like,
Scarcity, man, scarcity.
Dude, you can
Cake
cut
is
up.
now a luxury.
Supply went down, so demand went up, man.
Dude, are you an economics major?
Yeah, yeah, we're an economics podcast.
That's true. Dude, hi, welcome to Buried Business.
Welcome to ground floor.
Welcome to Dude, can we change our podcast name to Ground Floor? Is it too
Please,
late?
ground floor. Get on the ground,
Ground Floor.
Ground floor is a good podcast.
We should buy the domain space.
For those of you who are interested in investing in Buried podcasts, it's not too late to get on the ground floor.
No, it really isn't. It really, truly isn't. We got 3 likes on one of our podcasts, so like it's pretty ground floor right now.
We literally don't have a second floor. It's all ground
Exactly.
floor.
Instead of being like a skyscraper where it has floors above it, it's a side scraper.
We're
So
the
it's just
horizontal. We are the motel of podcasts. We only expand outward.
We are the world's longest building.
we own just a
Alright,
chain of islands that we connect together with single-floored building.
ground floor, man.
Ground floor.
Ground floor.
Ground floor.
It's
Get on.
only grass though. There's no tile. There's no wood.
All right.
grass.
So do you guys think it's time
We're
to vote on
authentic.
who had the best topic?
I think it is.
Oh yeah.
I think my vote for ground floor.
Yes, I want to give mine to Dylan because it's ground floor. I need to get in on this. So like I think if we, for whatever reason, me voting for Dylan feels like I'm investing in this, so I'm getting on the ground floor. I'm
Okay.
voting for Dylan.
Yeah, I'll vote for ground floor, Dylan.
I mean, I guess I have no
Dylan.
choice but to vote for ground floor because then I wouldn't be on the ground floor. I have to
Yeah,
get on the ground
exactly.
floor.
You got to be on the ground floor. So Dylan, we've now given you a loan.
Dude, we're bumping you up, man. You're gonna be a
Oh,
second
you
floor
are.
guy.
Just because of
Taking your-
this,
You're gonna go far, kid.
because
you're just
because
gonna
you're
go
all going
sideways.
in, I'm gonna comment on a couple of videos saying that we're entering the ground floor of his business because
We're investing.
he actually
We're investing.
he talks to his commenters, which is kind of
Dude,
cool.
We're
Use-
investing, guys.
okay.
We just invested.
Use the Buried Podcast YouTube channel and comment "We're in on the ground floor" and
Okay.
nothing else.
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
doing that
that's
now.
all we need to hear.
In the next podcast, we will explain what happened of this because he actually he's active. He does comment back.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine with like 5 subscribers talking to him.
Right.
Dude, those 5 subscribers are geniuses. They were ahead of us. I'm telling you right now. They they read the signs. They felt the air in the sky. They got on the ground floor, baby.
Oh yeah. Wall Street who? The new realm is YouTube.
This is the next big thing, guys. I'm so excited.
Buy more cards.
Buy more cards.
All right, guys. That was fantastic. We have a website, buriedpodcast.com, and we got an email, buriedpodcast@gmail.com. Send us submissions of weird things you think we should get on the ground floor of, because that's what we're all about here. Profit.
And now we actually now own iTunes. We own iTunes. Now.
Yeah, we bought iTunes. We're on iTunes as well.
We got it on the ground floor of iTunes.
many years after Steve Jobs' death, we got into the ground floor.
I'd like to, from now on, when I make any investment, I'm just going to refer to it as getting into the ground floor.
No matter what stage you're in on it.
I need to take out a loan for my car. Yeah, I want to get on the ground floor of my car.
So send us anything you find there that you want us to do on the podcast. We love hearing from you. I'm Declan Grogan.
I'm the ground floor.
And I didn't mention Hitler this podcast.
Thank you, and have a good night.
No, hey, I'm still here.
Wait for Grimblow. Right.
Well, now I'm just Jimmy now. It ruined the flow.
But Hagrid, I'm just Jimmy.
Well, just Jimmy, you're a wizard.
I'm a what?
All right.
I want to get on the ground floor of Hogwarts.
All right. I want to get. You know what I want to get on the ground floor of?
What?
Ending podcasts.